Hello, and welcome to Morning Qi Gong, produced by the Levy Tai Chi School and presented by myself, Lao Shi Paul Nettles. It is Tuesday, June 16th. Happy Bloomsday. If you're a Joyce fan, which I most certainly am, I will proudly boast I have read all of Ulysses and enjoyed every minute of it. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get to Ireland anytime soon to celebrate Bloomsday in the proper tradition. Please forgive the loose collar casual look. It is already extremely warm here and going to get warmer. Good morning, Patty. And it's been very, very humid. We had a lot of fog this morning, so I'm already sweating. So please forgive the loose gear, but I don't want to sweat too much. Today's thing to deal with is going to be interesting. And I say this because it's been pointed out to me before how my behavior has changed. Let me explain. Working outside, playing our form outside more specifically, brings with it certain challenges. Obviously the weather is one of them, but our point this morning is distractions from exterior stimulus. In my case, I used to live on a very quiet lane here, which you can see behind me, and unfortunately a subdivision is being built right up the road from me here. So we have had a lot of construction trucks and vehicles, construction workers driving by. This morning I've got dump trucks coming through every 5 minutes, and they're doing that thing where they lurch forward, suddenly hit the brakes, and lurch forward, hit the brakes, so that the tailgate slams into the box of the truck to make sure all the dirt falls out, and it is extremely loud and very distracting, as well as the usual traffic we have to mess with. And it was pointed out to me that when I first started the videos here back in March, I would glance over at the trucks or cars as they went by, and it would of course pull me out of the mindfulness I was working on. And as time went by, I quit doing that. I learned to put it behind me, to simply accept the fact that it was there, but not engage in it. And that's the thing. That's what we're trying to master here. Not just with trucks, with thoughts in our own minds. Thoughts are going to pop up constantly. Our minds are built to think. That's what they do. So there's not really a way to stop yourself from thinking. You wouldn't want to. I don't think you could stop yourself from thinking, or at least the time. What we can do is learn to accept the fact that the thoughts are occurring, but not engage them, not get trapped by them, not get caught up in them and follow the path they're trying to lead us on. So what we learn to do with mindfulness and with practice and with Qi Gong and Tai Chi and everything, where we stay centered in ourselves, is to let the trucks, the cars, the construction people, the joggers, the random thoughts appear and be disregarded. We don't engage in them. We don't look at them, turn them over in our hands, think about them, engage with them, and go off on a tangent with that. I mentioned joggers yesterday morning when my neighbors went by and was jogging and waved to me and said good morning, and I of course replied. But the trick here, the thing we want to do, is not stay with it. I had to work kind of hard to not follow her mentally. What is she doing? What is she listening to? Why is she on her cell phone when she's jogging? All these things that arose that wanted my attention, I had to deny my attention to. I had to say, well, I'm doing Qi Gong and she's doing that, and I'm focused on me, so I'm going to stay here in my head, in my body, and I'm going to work on me instead of worrying about her or the dump truck or the construction guys in the pickup truck with all the rattling ladders and things. And it takes doing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Just because you have the intention to do it Doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it 100% off the bat. You're not going to be able to. It takes practice. Like anything worth having, like anything worth doing, it takes effort, it takes work, concentration, and practice. And you'll get there if you stay with it. And it's worth having. It's nice to be able to stand here, I should say, and not engage those things out there and get off that tangent of, well, that's really annoying, and why are they doing that, and don't they know that's going to bother people that are trying to sleep over there, and it's bothering me, and my wife's trying to sleep, it's going to wake her up. It's nice to simply note, no, dump truck, and go on. Just let it be what it is. I am very guilty of doing that, of not just letting go, but engaging with it. I am one of those who really struggle excuse me, with experiencing those stimuli and running with them. Like Ulysses, I am very stream of consciousness. I tend to float on the surface of the river and let it go, let it take me where it's going to go. I don't paddle a lot, and it has been a real bit of effort for me to learn how to control that direction, my direction, to control where I'm going, mentally especially. And it continues to be a challenge. That's the nature of the beast. It's going to be a challenge until I draw my last little Qi Gong breath. But it's worth the effort, because I find myself now more in control of my emotional responses. I don't get as distracted as easily, and that's a huge plus. Okay, I've rambled enough on that. I do want to say this, and I will of course I'll start mentioning it in class. I'll also mention it on the new webpage, which is up. It is simple and a little fugly, but it's up and working. LeviTaiChi.com, LeveeTaichi.com is up. I'll start posting links to the videos there, and hopefully improve it some as time goes by. I'll mention on Facebook, of course, the museum has asked that we resume Qigong not this Saturday, but next Saturday, which will be the 27th, to be the last Saturday in June. So that will be our first return to the museum Qigong class, the 27th of June, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. And again, if you are watching now or later and you know somebody who doesn't watch Facebook, who doesn't perhaps know or might not know, please get the word out to them too. Let them know that class is going to be the 27th in the museum. It will be masked and it will be socially distanced, but we will resume class in the museum on the 27th. So good news there. I will, of course, do the live feed next Saturday, this coming Saturday. Today's Tuesday, 4 days, from the levee, or from the levee area. I'm not sure where we'll be, but I will do the class again live on the video feed, and then we'll resume in person again. I'm looking forward to it a great deal. Let's see. I think that was all the important things. If not, I'll think of something later on and close with it. But so this morning, as a quick refresher, I've rambled quite a bit this morning. As a refresher, as the birds sing, as the cars go by, as the dump trucks go out there and bang their tailgates on their beds with the ferocity of a thousand lions, just tell yourself, okay, it's a dump truck. And then see if you can let it go. See if you can not engage it. I am a birder. When I hear certain birds, I think, oh, it's a so-and-so bird. And instead of saying, oh, I wonder if I can see it, I wonder if I can find it, I wonder if I need to go look for it, I've learned to say, okay, it's a red-winged blackbird. Okay, back to breathing. Oh, it's a car. Back to breathing. Oh, it's a dump truck. Back to breathing. It takes work. It does. Be assured of that. But you can do it. I have utmost faith in you. If I can manage it with my desire to let my mind roam wherever it's pushed, I promise you, you can do it. So let's try it this morning. In fact, I hear one coming right now. First deep breath for our sow. Get back in position here. Good. All right. First sow. Lifting the heavens. To acknowledge it and let it pass on. I hope so. It takes work. Wise owl gazes backwards. out. Draw bow, shoot tiger. If you're struggling with it, don't give up. It's tough, it's an uphill battle, but you can do it. I know you can. It'll be incremental, it'll take a while, but I know you can do this. Stars fall to earth. wag's tail. once he sits on throne. Breathe in. And stamp the earth. More. There we are. Our Bloomsday Baduan Jin in the bag. All completed. How did you do? I don't need comments. I don't need a show of hands. I want you to reflect on it. I want to see how you did with, what was it, 3 or 4, I think, went by, and a number of vehicles. If you struggled, if you didn't do well, if it elicited some anger or some upset over pulling you out of your mindfulness, if you thought it was rude, if you thought it was intrusive, whatever it made you feel, think about that. Think about why it made you feel that way. Think about why you felt the need to respond to it, to that thought, to that intrusion, that stimulus. Keep in mind as well that as a society, I think now more than ever, we seem to be required to react to everything. I don't like to jump on the bandwagon and immediately start pointing fingers at Facebook and so forth, but Facebook is a great example. We respond to our friends in varying ways to show empathy, to show that we're with them, to show that we understand what they're saying. And most times it's not anything important, but we still feel like we are required to react, to show that support. But that can be dangerous, because then we feel that we have to react to everything that goes through our mind, everything that we encounter in public, everything we encounter in private with our relationships. Everything has to be reacted to. We can't just simply accept it and go on. And so we are like when you first learn Tai Chi, when you have to adapt to new methods of walking and moving, we are called upon to, I bet, Batty, I just bet. We're called upon to overlay a new template over how we behave. And it takes time. We have to, in a way, unlearn old habits and replace them with new ones. And this is no different. We have to learn to, if it's worth it to us, we have to learn to stop responding, reacting knee-jerk to everything we encounter, and simply step back one step and say, okay, there's a thing. I have no reaction to that. It simply is. I accept it. I acknowledge it. I choose not to respond to it. I choose not to have a reaction, positive or negative. It simply is. I accept it for what it is. That's tough. It's really tough, but it is profoundly worth it. And of course, it takes time and practice. So I hope you had a good practice this morning. I hope you have a good use for this energy this morning. I know I do. I've got some pet ferrying to do this morning. But use that energy productively, if you will, wisely, if you will. Accept it for what it is. You've got a little something going. If you want to make use of it, by all means do so. So let's see, class-wise, tomorrow is Wednesday. So we're back here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Wednesday. This Saturday, we will be doing the live feed, probably the last live feed from outside the museum. I don't know if we will be allowed to do a live feed inside the museum. I'm going to talk to Catherine about that too, see if we can do a live feed for those of us who can't join us on Saturday mornings. We will be rejoining each other the 27th of June in the museum, 3rd floor, 10:30 as always. We will be masked, and we will be socially distanced. And it will be a great experiment. I look forward to it. I'm curious to see how it works. I'm excited to be re-engaged with you in person again, definitely. But that will resume the last Saturday in the month, which is the 27th. So next Saturday, this coming Saturday, will be just a live feed again from where I can be close to the museum. Again, happy Bloomsday. If you want to get a first-hand account of stream of consciousness thought and writing, I strongly suggest you look into James Joyce's Ulysses. It is a monster of a book, but it is a really marvelous piece of work. It is one of the greats of modern literature. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's a love or hate thing with James Joyce. I happen to love him personally, even though I'm Scottish and he's Irish. All right. I hope you go and have a lovely day today. I hope it doesn't get too much hotter. We'll see how that goes. There's a little breeze going now. We're going to hope for the best. As always, please, if you have to be out in public, stay safe. Continue to be well. We're not out of the woods yet, not by a long shot. Be careful with yourself. Be well. And I will see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.